Now, when I knock on doors in my constituency, people don't say they desperately want to leave the ECHR. They do say they want us to deal with the small boats and illegal immigration.
So what do you think?
Well, if it's a means to an end, if we can do it without leaving, then fine. If we find out that we'll have to leave, then I'm open to that as well.
Well, imagine the shock for Tory MP Brendan Clark-Smith when he finds out the European Convention on Human Rights protects the right to a fair trial, freedom of assembly and expression, the right to participate in free elections, freedom of religion, freedom from discrimination, the right to privacy, freedom from torture and degrading treatment. Casually suggesting the UK could join Russia and Belarus as the only European countries outside the Human Rights Convention is just completely insane.
I'm open to that.
The Home Secretary has made her views equally clear.
We do need to leave the European Convention on Human Rights.
Since signing the convention, it's protected all of us from things like torture and slavery. Leaving the ECHR would put all our rights at risk. It's a person's last resort for holding the state to account when it's abused their rights. Leaving the ECHR would undermine the UK's credibility in criticising human rights abuses abroad, whether that's in Ukraine or China. It would also risk setting a precedent for other countries to violate individuals' rights or leave the ECHR altogether. It would be a major step backwards for international human rights. It would also breach the Good Friday Agreement, which requires the convention to be directly enforceable in Northern Ireland. They know all this.
But when the human rights legislation was there, when people signed up to it, and of course we played a key role in actually crafting a lot of this, it was not meant to circumvent countries' immigration laws.
That comment is as ridiculous as this one from the Prime Minister.
We clearly have a problem with human rights law in this country that is making it difficult for us to achieve our objectives.
The reason the European Court of Human Rights exists is so that countries can't achieve their goals if those goals mean breaching human rights. And it just gets worse. Sunak's anti-strike bill will rob millions of workers of their democratic right to withdraw their labour, force them to work against their will and allow them to be sacked if they refuse. His public order bill will treat peaceful protest like knife and gang crime. His Bill of Rights bill will reduce human rights protections and significantly reduce government accountability. See a pattern emerging here. These are all measures designed to restrict opportunities for individuals and groups to express their opposition to the government. How is the country sleepwalking into this?